Hey everybody, we're back for another round of the long drive, and it's been a little while, but there's been a brand new update. I'm super excited to show you all about it. In fact, I'll be learning about it a bit, but as you can see, we have some new stuff here. Let me move out of your way. See what I'm talking about? Yeah, can I? There we go. We have Hunger and Thirst, and as you can see over my shoulder, brand new cars. Looks like a Volkswagen to me, right? Some kind of a Volkswagen Golf. I'm not sure if there's some Eastern European spin on it or not. But shall we? Oops. Start. Okay. So let's see. Look what we have now. Food. Hmm. That's new. A Trabant, huh? But look, new like stripy seats. I love it. That's awesome. We have we have some water. We have some food. We have some oil, and we have our car, right? Whew. Well, we're setting off, right? It's been too long, long drive. It's been too long. I see a tower in the distance. You know, I didn't even grab the binoculars. Probably should have, but hey, I'm eager. I'm too eager. I'm ready to find one of these new cars. See, the thing is, if it's like a little Volkswagen Golf or something, if it's one of the little Volkswagen diesels, you really couldn't want for a better apocalypse car. Those Volkswagen diesels, people have kept them running for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles, and they're pretty simple, and they get really decent gas mileage. I mean, I've had people report like 70 miles per gallon. My brother has, I think, a Volkswagen Dasher wagon he bought, and it came with like four spare engines or something, and I'm pretty sure that car will never stop going down the road, ever. But it's a little strange to me that the game has Volkswagens at all. I thought this was all Eastern Bloc cars. And I think of the Volkswagen as, a pretty Western car, really, because it was Western Germany making them, not East Germany. So, in the timeline of this game that supposedly ended sometime in, what is it, 1984 or something, like supposedly this is an 80s era. Those little Volkswagens, they wouldn't have fit in with the other cars in the game. At least not as far as like region of manufacture, anyway. But hey, maybe I can do a little research, find out more for us about how that the rationale of including them in the game works. Hey, we're in luck. Building. Looks like we have encountered a farmhouse. Let's see what we find, shall we? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Trailer. Looks good. Rear hatch. Looks nice. Mm-hmm. So if this is food, I eat it with the... Oh my gosh, look at the levels. There's poop and pee levels. Of course there are. This is the long drive. Water and something. Whoa. Refrigerator. Ooh. Save that for later. Oh, I'm gonna sit down to pee. So okay. Hmm. I'm really not sure how I feel about these new I guess I have a lot of food now. Um that's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I'd say so. So that's how that works. I'm not a huge fan of having to pee and poop, but I suppose if they're going to add eat and drink in there, you know? And now, finally, all those bottles we find everywhere are useful, right? So, part of me wonders if the need to eat and drink is a good thing. I mean, you can turn it off and on. It's an option in the game. So I suppose anyone who wants to be a little bit of a purist about it and who thinks that those options aren't the best, they can turn them off. Um, but I do kind of wonder because there was something interesting the about the long drive. You know, that kind of existential feel to it all. The way there were no human needs, the way there was a certain sense of endlessness, infinity, immortality to this game, as though you could just drive and drive for an eternity, just endlessly off into the desert without ever dying, without ever, without it ever stopping. But when they add eating and drinking into the game, you know, it's kind of changes that a little bit. It gives you more to do, keeps you busy, and certainly that sense of boredom, that sense of sort of ennui or something about the game, it was real. It was real. But now eating and drinking means that you've got something to occupy yourself with, um, other than just gas and oil and water for the car, right? But it also gives one a sense that that this could end, that they could drive and maybe stop discovering food, and if their luck didn't hold up, if the food ran out, then they could perish. And that's good. That gives the game a different feel, don't you think? Part of the part of the therapeuticness of the game for me was just driving and knowing that the only thing, well, that the car was really the only thing that could change, that everything else was a constant. And the car was just this sort of shepherd, you know, this tool, an appliance in this place. It wasn't even a necessity. With food and drink turned off, I could just get out on foot and run down this road. It'd be lame, but I could do it. Hmm. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the eating and drinking thing is better. But it has given me something to amuse myself with, hasn't it? Unlike this road, which is just going and going. Mm-hmm. Okay. What do we have? It's one of the new ones. Okay, you know what? Why delay it? Let's go take a look. Aha! A Volkswagen pickup? What? It really does look like a Volkswagen. That's the dash of a Volkswagen. Uh-huh. So the rumors are true. They really are here. Oh, that's the oil tank. Got it. Right. Duh. So 3.6 liters of oil. Got some water. Where do we put the gas in this thing? Hmm? Look, it's even a chipper yellow color. Oi, 417. Okay. Ah, there you are. Diesel. Oof, it wants diesel, huh? This is the only starter car that starts with diesel, isn't it? Okay, that's okay. I know where we can get some. Oh, I'm excited. Are you excited? I think we should be excited. This is exciting. How often in the long drive have new cars come along? Not that often. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this, folks. We know where to get some diesel, don't we? Okay, a bunch of alcohol. Sure. Oof. That. And so much diesel. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm not super fast when carrying this up the stairs. Mm. Ah, ah, ah. Wow. It's so cool to be able to use this diesel straight out of the gate. This is a game changer in so many ways. I love the convenience of the pickup. Now, if stuff doesn't fly out of the back, then we're good. This is amazing. And the game has gotten progressively less and less glitchy every time they work on it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Ooh, hello. I think we may need to bring that with us. Interesting, right? Okay. What's in here? Alcohol. Hmm. Okay. Oh. 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 Wow. I did not know this was a thing. Put on. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. How do I don't know how to unsmoke this cigarette. Um burp part take off accessories. X. Mm-hmm. I'm good with that. I'm good with not drink. Okay, are you ready? Ready to start a diesel? I like it. Of course, it's all illuminated weirdly because of the pumpkin in the back. Right? Woo! We look pretty good here. Look at them. This. Look at mellow yellow. Woo! Heading down the road. I don't know how what the game's mileage is on these little diesels, but it should be very, very good. And what's our speed, huh? 120, 130 kph. Well, look at that. 4,000, 4,500 RPM. That's pretty high for a diesel. I didn't know these little Volkswagen diesels went that high. Okay, okay, it's topping out around 5. I mean, whoa, whoa, oh, oh, oh. I'm not as good at maintaining control of a car when from the inside view. And something tells me, based on the way this thing's driving, that it's pretty light in the rear. I think it might drive better with some weight back there, right? Whoa. Okay, this is just creepy looking, but hey, we got this. Woo! Found it. Volkswagen diesel pickup. I'm loving it. And man, is it fast. High beams. 120 kph. That's really not too bad. It's not the fastest car, but it's not the slowest car. And it's so handy. Let's see here. Where's our fuel gauge? Seriously? No fuel gauge? Or is that it on the left there? What do you think? That panel to the left of the RPMs? Nah, I think it's just a toggle switch. Weird not to have a fuel gauge pretty obvious in the dash there. Maybe this is some kind of European spec of this thing that just didn't have one. I don't know. And is this really a Volkswagen, or am I unaware of some Eastern Bloc equivalent of these cars? Were they sold under a different name, like Seat or something? Maybe SEAT. Am I pronouncing that right? All I know is that at some point Volkswagen bought out Seat, SEAT. I think that's how you say it. But they make Volkswagens in Portugal or something like that. Spain, one of those places. But they rebadge them under a different badge, kind of the way Yugos were. Wait, am I thinking of the right thing? Weren't Yugos like a Yugoslavian Fiat? Am I remembering that right? I think so. Ooh, a garage. Wow, this is... Don't hit... Oh, wow. Brakes are not the best. What? Oh, a Dacia shell. Cool. There we go. And sleep. Look at that. Game's working like clockwork. I am feeling lucky, folks. Let's check out this garage. Oh, wait, this isn't one of the big garages. It's one of these places that don't really have anything we need ever. It's got some parts for that Dacia. Hmm. Mm, we're not hurting for water, but we are hurting for something. It's like, I don't know what that other gauge is. Oh, what's this? Chocolate? Oh, look at that. Apparently, I need these like savories and things like that. Hmm. Oh, regular food does it too. So that's just the food gauge. Food, water. Got it. Not some special version of food. Can we still not get hurt by jumping off of buildings? Okay, we seem all right. Well, folks, we've done it. We have found the Volkswagen pickup. And man, it's great. You know, when they brought the great big like military trucks, the big cab overs in, I was pretty psyched. And I am surprised to be feeling almost as psyched, not quite, but almost as psyched about the new Volkswagen. I mean, it's a diesel that will just go and go and go. And this truck bed has a lot of utility. Now, in survival mode, where the rabbits are trying to kill you, I think I might still prefer one of the bigger, taller trucks, but this one's fast. And there is something to be said for not having to stop for gas as often in that survival mode. When the rabbits want to kill you, stopping for gas is one of your most vulnerable moments. So I will admit that not having to do that seems like a pretty okay thing. Oof. Oh, okay. All right, so yours truly is having a hard time staying on the road. Like I said, these things seem a little nose heavy and a little tail light, so some of it might be my tires. Maybe I've got, some tires that stand to be improved. Ah. What do you suppose happened right there? I like how you can see the fan stop spinning in front of the radiator. That's pretty cool. What's not as cool is whatever made me drag like bottom out. So these pop off, huh? These the oh, this must be the rear bumper. See, they got these little bumperets. How interesting. Remember what I was saying about how survival wise it's good not to have to get out? Well, I'd say that if these things glitch, they're not so advantageous. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, missing a headlight. Yeah, yeah, we'll take this guy with us. Tab put on. What? So I'm like wearing this now? Okay. Well, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Let's just do this, I guess. Yeah, I don't like driving with the glare of the. Okay, that's the jack o' lantern head thing's kind of awesome. And I believed him. I did. Oh, whoa. So we sat on the toilet. Look, you know what I'm trying to do, game. You know. All right. Are you all ready for an experiment? Okay. If we're sitting on a toilet, then it drains pretty well. Okay, the jack o' lantern head. Kind of creepy though, right? I mean, I feel like a creepy guy now. I can clean off blood with this, right? Oh, good. I like how the pumpkin is illuminating the car. All right. Here we go. Oh. New issue is where was the road? I want to say it was back this way, right? Because we. Oh, wait, no, I'm going the. Oh, wow, this thing has a lot of understeer. Look at that. Look at all that understeer. Here we go. Oof, back on the road again, right? Okay. How cool is this? I mean, we're even getting this thing a little bit customized, aren't we? With that grill. Sharp, right? But I do need more weight back there. Maybe the next time I find anything, I'll just throw it in there. Tires or something. An engine. Balance this thing out a little bit. Because it does seem a little nose heavy. It does understeer a lot. Being a front wheel drive, that kind of makes sense. The game's physics, as far as the car's engineering goes, they're actually doing a pretty good job of putting some realistic stuff in there. Really appreciate them for that. Yeah. So this Volkswagen pickup has some advantages, but they are not handling. Handling is not one of its advantages. In the small farming community I grew up in, there was this family of hay farmers, and the grandpa drove one of these Volkswagen pickups, the little diesel one, for years. Just years and years. It was such a familiar sight from my childhood, tootling up and down the little 2-lane roads, just doing farm truck stuff. But I always thought it was kind of funny because he was kind of a big guy, and he was, very much go America. They didn't own any imports except for the little diesel Volkswagen pickup, and he drove that more than anything else, as far as I could tell. Okay, folks. Well, I'm wondering when to call it, but this was a success. We found one of the new cars. A diesel. A diesel starter. Which means you can use the 20 some odd liters of diesel down in the basement right away. So cool. Hmm. Uh, okay, folks. I think it's time to conclude this very successful day's venture. Thank you for watching another installment of The Long Drive. And next time, we'll see if we can't scare up another one of the new cars, maybe one of the hatchbacks. Sound good? See you then.